What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have all the people in this country unite under the fact no racism, no discrimination, no people that make billions when other people are suffering.
For that people to have honest conversations, to care about each other, and to have equal rights.
My American dream is an America where we fully engage the ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all people, not based on the color of your skin tone, your access to money and resources, your ability to pay your way through a legal system or a litigious process to obtain something like health care.
I hope America will be one day like Martin Luther King tried so hard for equality. We are all the same. We are all the same. There's no race, there is no nationality, nothing. We are created by God and we are all the same, and that's what we have to be in this country.
My American dream is that this truly does become a place where we can all coexist and have liberty and justice for all.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Okay, I got this. I can do this. Woo! Oh, I don't think I can do this. Oh, I need help. I want to do it. I've seen them. I mean, it's International Yo-Yo Day, and I have a personalized yo-yo from Yo-Yo, but I can't do it. Help, anybody.
Oh, Jill's not here. Oh, hey, Sam, what are you doing?
Hi, Sean. Oh, I'm a little tied up right now, as you can see. I'm in a bit of a bind. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I can see that. What do you got there?
I got a yo-yo. It's International Yo-Yo Day.
All right, Sam, let me show you a couple things here. Let's check out this yo-yo. You got a yo-yo yo-yo?
I do. A yo-yo. How
That
cool
is
that?
awesome. Oh, man.
But I don't know how to do yo-yo.
All right,
Everything was great till I figured that out. I don't know how to do it.
Here, let me give you an example. I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
All right, and then you can do it.
All
All right.
Hey, do you know how to do walking the dog? We should call walking the groundhog.
Yeah, we'll try the walking the groundhog.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Holy moly! Look at those yo-yo moves. Yo know how to use a yo-yo. All right, I want to try. Beep.
You want to give it a shot?
Yes.
All right, let's do it, Sam. All right.
Okay, here we go. This one is again for yo-yo. Sean! I think I need to practice.
Yeah, a little bit more practice, Sam. You'll get it. All right, well, have fun with your yo-yo yo-yo.
Thank you.
I'm going to go find Jill.
Well, I'm not a very good yo-yoer. I need to practice, but at least I try. And happy International Yo-Yo Day to everyone out there, including our very own Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Yo-Yo Ma and all the other yo-yos and the Brad Squad. Yay! Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, our very own Yo-Yo went out on the streets of New York and he tested people's knowledge of cliches around the world. They only did okay. My personal favorite was blowing the cow. Ha ha ha, that sounded so funny. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to practicing the yo-yo now, but before I do, now is the time you have all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-hosts Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Enjoy! Yo, 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 yo. I just like saying yo, yo, yo. Ha, 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 ha. Woo. Oh, man.
We're live! I just got in my earpiece
Okay, guys, you're live.
Sorry.
We are. All right, it's Thursday, June 6, 2019. Welcome, Belgium Kim. Welcome, Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias.
What's up?
Right,
Hey.
and we are right on time, starting at 6 p.m. today.
I was like, wait.
On the dot.
On the dot. You can always watch Bradshaw Live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 p.m. Brad Show live time.
All day.
All day long. And probably people are like, are they coming on?
Right.
Are they coming on?
We probably have some angry like, you guys, it's 5:46. Where are you at?
Exactly. We were too busy getting prepared for the show to see
We were.
those messages. But Nezzy once more says hello to the squad. Christine Bennett, Jessica Kalimi, Dionne Watson, all watching. Angela Barrett watching on Facebook as well. And I'm a survivor. School's out.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. She's out in Arizona. I know I'm a survivor from radio days. And she used to listen all the time at 9 a.m. and 12.
Yes.
Because she would tell us she would always listen at 9 a.m. because in Arizona it was 6, so she was getting dressed to go to school. She's a teacher. But now since we changed to 5:30, we're like right in the middle of her day.
But
now school's out.
Well,
so I see I'm a survivor.
Welcome back.
How you doing? So we got her for the summer.
Yes.
Hopefully. Christy Consali, how are you? Sandra Salinas and Cece Mitchell. Willie L. Williams, he's our truck driver. Right?
Yeah,
Willie L. Williams. We learned about him, right?
We did learn about him.
In the Brad Squad
love
Spotlight.
Willie.
And we also learned about Sandra Salinas.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Married out in California.
Yes.
Doing Harriet, how are you?
Gorgeous.
We also learned about Carol Anderson the Tiger.
We
Yes.
did.
Right?
Favorite
Her
animal
favorite
is the
color is
tiger.
blue. Who
Yeah,
knew that?
exactly.
And on YouTube, Donald Horton, he's been watching a lot lately. Princess Black, how are you? Tally, Sandra Salinas watching on both. Ben Londo with a question. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Pasang Sherper. Pasang Sherper is new. He just says hello there.
Right.
The proper terminology is squat up. Maybe squat up.
You gotta let them know.
Right. So you
Squat up.
always know like the new viewers.
Yes.
Because they always say hello, hi. The proper terminology for Bradshaw Live is squat up.
Squat up.
Squat up.
Do
That's
we have
right.
a hand sign with that?
We don't do any hand signs. I'm not good with hand signs because I'm not very coordinated.
Oh, okay.
So I don't like to do any hand signs.
So we can be like, squat up.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Got
I'm not coordinated enough to do it.
Got it.
I'm lucky I can twerk. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
You're very lucky for that.
It's very lucky. I mean,
So lucky.
It's one of my only talents. Simone Garraway, how are you? Zachary E. And in the Brad Squad Spotlight today, talking about the Brad Squad Spotlight, somebody who watches all the time.
Yeah.
Her name is Angela Barrett with a B-H. Baharat. But the H is silent.
Right.
She is from Guyana, and she is the mother of 2 beautiful boys.
Aw.
She is part of the Brad Squad. Her favorite activities are making new friends and playing with her 2 children. Now, Angela first discovered the Bradshaw Live when someone shared it with her on her page. Somebody shared it.
Of course.
And when she started watching, she realized, wow, this is an amazing show. Because generally people get annoyed when they get stuff shared.
Right.
But she said, wow, this is an amazing show. And I started making friends with the entire Brad Squad. She says the squad has become like a family to her. And her American dream is for one day. Boy, this is an easy dream.
Okay.
One day for Brad to be her lawyer.
Ooh.
It is a very easy dream. All you have to do is call 1-800-529-5465, and I will make all of your dreams come true. If that's her American dream.
That is what you do.
That is what I do. And before we get into schmoozing, let's go. Oh, before we even get into that, let me go back and look at her pictures one more time because I'm always reading the card. There she is with her 2 beautiful sons. Yeah, very pretty.
Yes, queen.
Right
Oh,
up. She's down there
man.
in the basement in her house, I guess. Is that the
Yes.
basement or the living room? I can't tell.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, or somebody else's basement or living room. We
Yeah.
don't know. But very pretty and with the 2 children. And you know what? We're getting Brad Squad from all over, right?
Everywhere.
Right.
That's
Right. We
that's
have
an amazing
Guyana.
thing.
Yep.
Right. We have Jamaica.
Yep.
We've had New Jersey. We've had New York.
Right.
We've had
Yep.
California.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Pakistan. Where was Demba Sow from?
Demba Sow was originally from Africa, but now lived in Philly. And we found out that Demba Sow, we always thought was a man. We always thought we always called her.
Yes.
But it's a him.
But not today.
But it is a him.
Not anymore.
And finally, we have an immigrant of the day as well, besides the Brad Squad member of the day.
Yes.
We have an immigrant of the day, and today's immigrant, it is Immigrant Heritage Month.
Yes, it is.
It is Immigrant Heritage Month, and in honor of Immigrant Heritage Month, we are honoring famous or well-established or well-known or successful immigrants with a good name recognition.
Yes.
Right. My line is always immigrants who are kicking ass and taking names, Brad.
I like that better. Thank you very much.
No problem.
In honor of Immigrant Heritage Month, we are honoring immigrants who are kicking ass and taking names.
That's right.
And today's ass kicker is Padma Lakshmi. She is an American author, actress, model, television host, and executive producer. Her debut cookbook, Easy Exotic, won her the Best First Book Award in the 1999 Gourmet World Cookbook Awards. She's the host of a cooking competition program called Top Chef, and her debut memoir, Love, Loss, and What We Ate, was released in 2016 and traces the arc of Padma's unlikely path from an immigrant child to a reality television star. She is the co-founder of the Endometriosis Foundation of America, a nonprofit organization focused on increasing awareness, education, research, and legislative advocacy against the disease. What is that disease?
It's a disease that lives inside of your uterus.
Oh, okay.
And it is very painful.
Very
a lot
painful.
of women suffer from it, and it's an extremely painful disease.
Okay, so that's very nice. Now, the foundation was instrumental in the opening of a groundbreaking research center at the MIT Center for Gynecological Research. So now if I read that next paragraph, I would have figured out what it is. And she's also the global ambassador for Keep Child Alive. And that is our immigrant of the day,
Nice.
who's kicking ass and taking names. You take that, Donald Trump. And now I want you to tell everybody, every last person who's watching, find another Angela Barrett. I want you to think right now, who's my Angela Barrett? Who could I share this show to right now on Facebook? Who could I send a link to in YouTube? Who is my Angela Barrett, who will then be featured in a month or two because they're going to love the show so much, who is then going to be featured at the Brad Squad Spotlight. Belgium, Kim, Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias, why don't you shed some light on how to do all of this?
Yes, all right, everybody on Facebook right now. We need you guys to share, just like we were just talking about Angela Barrett. She found out because somebody shared this to her page. So anybody that you think that might benefit or just be entertained or need a family, we are always open to invite people into the Brad Squad. So please, please, please share it to anybody's page. We can't forget about sharing to people's pages and also in groups, but most importantly, let's share it in an inbox and just hit them up and say, hey, this is a really cool show that you should watch, all right? And also, you guys can start a watch party. Starting a watch party will actually send a little ding out of a notification to all of your friends. So that's another easy way to get the word out and the show out to your friends list. And also, we definitely want your interaction. We want to hear everything you guys have to say about International Yo-Yo Day. You know, since it's my day, I want you guys to actually do this, all right?
It's very funny to say International
Yo-Yo Day, yes. So please,
it's like
everybody.
Your birthday.
It's like my birthday. It's probably like my half birthday, I think. This is my half birthday. But like, love, laugh, wow face, sad face, mad face, whatever you're feeling, any emotion that you guys are feeling, please make sure that you let us know. And also, of course, in the comments, we definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about anything that we talk about. But most importantly, you guys are going to have to start putting in your questions now. You guys know we get a lot of questions, so we try to get to as many as we can. But if you do it right now, we're more than likely going to ask your question or answer your question, all right? And Kimmy, please let us know what we're going to do on YouTube.
On YouTube. You think that you guys are off the hook? No, sorry,
How did you just say YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube.
What
Hey, you on YouTube.
Hey,
You listening?
What you doing, YouTube? YouTube, seriously, you guys have some work to do. The first thing I need you to do is subscribe. Look at that little finger, hitting that subscribe button and then that little bell. Do that what that little finger just did. And hit that subscribe button and that little bell. Make sure that you get notified every single time we go live, because sometimes it's not always on time, or in maybe an upcoming show's case, it's not at the right time at all. Also, make sure that you are gonna leave all of your thoughts and feelings in our comments by letting us know. Type it out. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you feel. Write in the comments, because we'll interact with you. But most importantly, it's like the third. They're all equally important, fam. So most importantly, you're also gonna copy that link and share it as a link into WhatsApp groups, into private text messages, on Instagram, on Twitter, however you share all the wonderful information you share on a daily basis. Copy that link and send it to all the people that you love. And now is the time we've all been waiting for. We know that you don't know what happened today in the news. That's why we're going to catch you up on it in Schmoozing with Brad.
All right, and today's top story.
Top story.
Brad Bernstein is finally incorrect.
Uh-oh.
I am top story.
What?
Stop the presses.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
the presses.
They're stopped.
Okay, stop. Are they?
I've stopped them.
They're stopped, right?
I have a secret press stop
Okay.
button, and I just
All
hit
right.
it, Brad.
Sandra Salinas.
Yeah.
I have been giving wrong information about Sandra Salinas for the last month.
Uh-oh.
Wrong information.
I keep saying that the man on Facebook that she is hugging is her husband, when in fact it is her father.
Oh my god.
She is hugging her father. She is not hugging her husband. Sandra Salinas is in fact single, gentlemen.
And ready to mingle.
And ready to mingle. So there it is. Belgium can't be out of the Elias. Why don't you tell everybody to share again? And we'll start this all over. No, but today marks the 75th anniversary of D-Day.
Yes.
Okay, when the Allied troops stormed the shores in France and started to take back Europe step by step. If you've ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan, have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
That was that first depiction of that first 30 minutes of that movie. The rest of the movie was just an okay movie.
Right.
Okay, but that first 30 minutes was very realistic of what it was like for a United States soldier during World War II to go storm the beaches in Normandy. I mean, they were literally getting picked off by the Germans. But they were just more. There were more people that were storming the beach than there were Germans with bullets.
Right.
So eventually they were able to get it just because there wasn't enough bullets.
Sheer number
of people coming up. With silent remembrance and respect, all the nations who were part of World War II honored the falling soldiers and the bravery of the Allied troops who sloshed through bloodied water to the beaches of Normandy, and that started the fall of Hitler's Third Reich.
Wow.
Yes. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron. Now, part of France during World War II was in Nazi occupied. So only parts of France were actually still part of the Allied forces.
Right.
And President Donald Trump, both the President Emmanuel Macron and President Donald Trump praised the soldiers, sailors and airmen, the survivors, and those who lost their lives in powerful speeches Thursday that credited the June 6, 1944 surprise air and sea operation that brought tens of thousands of men to Normandy, each not knowing whether they would actually survive that day.
Right.
That's why, I mean, you don't even have to watch all of Saving Private Ryan.
No.
It's just the 30 minutes. After that, it's just a regular World War II movie where they go to try to find a guy.
Right.
But the first 30 minutes was amazing. You felt like you were there.
Yeah, absolutely.
On Omaha Beach in Normandy, layer upon layer of United States, British, and Canadian warships lined up along the Normandy shore. German anti-tank obstacles packed the broad beaches. That was the Normandy landscape of 1944 as Allied forces fought to wrest France away from Nazi control. Today, the region's towns and beaches are startlingly calm. It's a beautiful place to go. All residents are welcomed. I was there. It's a very beautiful town, Normandy.
Yeah.
The Associated Press revisited the beaches and damaged villages. that symbolize the Allied struggle and how the Normandy landscape looks today, and the images are breathtaking. So that's what it looked like during World War II, and that's what it looks like today. You know, and a lot of the buildings are all the same.
Yeah, they've restored them almost completely.
Now, what I read is that unfortunately our president disrespected the day a little bit today.
Right.
Because while every other world leader got up and talked about the bravery of the men who stormed the beach, that we shouldn't never let this happen again, that we should try to, it was a horrible day, that we should always try to remember this day, remember peace over war, and all the right things that leaders should say. And they were saying this in front of the grave sites of the fallen soldiers.
Yeah, the memorials, right.
There's a lot of graves there with crosses, Jewish stars, and they set up a podium in front of the gravesite. And they were talking about all the bravery of all these men who died. I mean, literally, they would get out of the boat and they would just get shot.
Right.
Sheesh.
I mean, you didn't even get to pull your gun out. I mean, you had nowhere to cover. It was on the beach, and the Germans were up on mountains shooting down at them. And Donald Trump, he decided to his first 5 minutes there, instead of memorializing the day and remembering the day, and hopefully being able to say something inspirational about history, remembering history, that this should never happen again. Instead, he took the first 5 minutes to complain about Robert Mueller, a witch hunt, and Hillary Clinton should go to jail.
Wow.
Where's your sense of decorum, man?
Yeah.
None. Just follow everyone else's lead.
Yeah. Meanwhile, sadly, in West Point, a cadet that is the top training site for the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
So if you go to West Point, first of all, you aced your college entrance exams. You're an A+ student, and you when you graduate West Point, you become a military leader.
Right.
I don't know what the actual title. You start off as a corporal or a lieutenant, or I don't know what.
You start off as an officer.
Or something
instead of an enlisted
person. But I don't know whether you're a corporal. Or I don't know all the lists of what they are. But these are all ultimately going to be leaders in the military. And it's like going to Harvard. I mean, it's as hard to get into Harvard as it is to get into West Point.
Right.
Unfortunately today, lieutenants. Thank you. Unfortunately today, there was a accident in the training exercise. 22 cadets were injured. One was killed when a Humvee, I guess, overturned in the woods. And the Army General Darrell Williams said the injuries include abrasions, broken arms. One person died. He declined to say whether the deceased cadet was sitting when the accident occurred, but noted that the soldiers were driving the vehicle. It was a military truck. The general says it's unusual for this to roll over, and they were traveling through the very hilly terrain as part of a realistic training for the cadets. And that's sad that you join the military. It's sad to die wherever, in combat, not in combat, but certainly not at West Point during training.
During a training, yeah.
Meanwhile, back in London, prior to the pomp and ceremony of Normandy, remembering, Trump and his children went to go visit Buckingham Palace, visit the Queen. And now a viral picture going around shows the well-dressed and uninvited adult children of President Donald Trump posing inside the royal palace. Now, Donald Trump was only invited with Melania.
Right.
And he just shows up anyway with all his kids.
Wow.
Now, they are posing and in Buckingham Palace, where you don't get to go. If you've ever been to London, everybody stands outside the gate, and you kind of just watch. You watch the guards go change up and down, and you try to look in the window. You're like, wait, did I just see the Queen walk by?
Right.
But you don't get to go inside.
Right.
Okay, so it's a very special honor to go inside, and this is royalty. This is the King and Queen of the United Kingdom.
Right.
You just don't show up with whoever you feel like.
You don't get +8.
That's right. I mean, exactly. So they show up.
Looking through
the look at them. That's very scary. That's the creepy picture. But the children, and it's going around the internet now, all took a picture in front of a sign that says in capital letters, "No photography, please."
Wow.
Right behind
Right
Tiffany.
behind there. Look at that. "No photography, please."
In the area, yeah.
I mean, Tiffany Trump put her fat head right in front of it.
Oh my gosh.
Now, daughter Ivanka and husband Jared, they did not get a formal invitation. Right. So that's why they were looking out the window sadly. They were like, "How come I'm not invited?"
Why wouldn't Daddy take us?
Yes, but Eric, dumb Eric and Marla showed up.
Oh my God.
And then CNN reported that there were no plans for the children to partake in any meetings with the royal family. They just decided to come because the Trumps think they're the king of the United States.
I wonder what the Queen said. I wonder what the conversations were
Of like,
inside that palace.
oh,
I don't
between
know.
Trump and the Queen?
No, between the family, just the royal family. Like, this got the nerve to bring his family to my house.
That's right.
The Queen closes the door at the end of the night. She's just in the room with King Philip and just like, these
That's exactly right. Rude Americans.
I would love
they
to
are
hear.
so rude, those Americans.
American royalty, my ass.
Meanwhile, I don't understand this. In New York City, there's enough problems in New York City. I just saw that it was voted the second dirtiest city for air.
Right.
Right behind Los Angeles, which is the dirtiest city for air in the United States. There's lots of problems. Lots of problems. One of the problems I don't think would be a priority.
Right.
But apparently New York City feels this is a priority, Yonathan. And how dare they do it on Yo-Yo Day?
Right. Disrespect.
Okay? Disrespectful to Yo-Yo Day. They have seized 46 ice cream trucks.
What?
Right when it was time for the summer to get the ice cream on the ice cream trucks. They couldn't even do it in the winter. And these poor people, okay, they buy this is their entire living.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
think about it. Their entire living. Okay, they got 3 months to make a living.
Right.
3 months to make a living.
Right.
Okay, they got 4 months, May, June, July, August.
Right.
If you think May is warm.
Right.
Okay, 3.5 months to make a living.
Right.
And they went and seized 46 ice cream trucks. These people aren't going to make a living now.
That's sad.
It's very sad. Why did they do
85
it? Why did they
degrees
do it?
today.
Because they had unpaid tickets.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
Unpaid tickets. So what do? They seized the ice cream trucks and they called it Operation Meltdown. It's like it's like Dr. Evil. I'm going to seize all the ice cream trucks around. There's no ice cream for anybody in New York. We are going to call it the Operation Meltdown. So, I feel bad. I mean, I'm making a joke, but I feel very bad for the ice cream guys.
I mean, I feel bad, but if that is your
But you don't-
bread and butter, you need to pay your tickets.
yeah, okay,
I mean,
but you know what? You owe them money, but don't take their livelihood away from them.
I mean, but
You
they take everybody's car. They told
they-
mine
but you-
when I didn't pay my ticket.
But they took their livelihood away. They didn't come.
So what are they supposed
One
to do?
second. They didn't come to my office and take my office away. All right.
That's
It's like
'cause they
them
can't.
coming to say, you know what, Brad, you didn't pay your parking tickets. Okay, I'm going to take your office away.
So what are they supposed to do?
Okay, that's
to
fair.
get the money.
The thing
Fine
is,
them.
no, that's fair. But the way in which they've been evading their parking tickets is the big problem here.
Okay, maybe I don't know that yet.
Because I'm a big fan of the ice cream trucks, and
I
Mr.
am too.
Softy in Wash Heights is all year round. Thank you, Mr. Softy. But it is ingenious how
Yeah.
they go about evading these traffic tickets.
What were they doing?
So they are creating shell companies and re-registering the vehicles when they start to get too many tickets. And then they go and create a shell company, re-register the vehicle under that new company's name, undo the old company, and so when the DMV tries to actually get the money for the tickets or whatever ticket collection department we have, they can't find any record of the vehicle ever
I don't feel
existed.
too bad.
So now
I don't feel too bad. that.
So now maybe it was not Dr. Evil
Right.
who did. Maybe Dr. Evil was driving the ice cream truck for all we know.
Basically.
Right. So that's very shady ice cream guys, right?
I love it. I can really love
That's
it.
very shady ice cream guys. Now I question like the quality of the ice cream they're giving me, right?
It's a $7 ice cream cone. It
Yeah.
better be delicious
It better be
ice cream.
delicious.
$7?
Yeah, they're charging. I haven't been charged $7. I was charged $6 for
Yeah.
the double. For the double.
Right, for the double.
Six for the double.
You gotta dip it in chocolate, bro.
Oh,
There's
it's
your
$7.
extra
Then
dollar.
there's the
your
extra dollar. All right. Well,
It's fine, I wash ice.
unfortunately for us, on Yo-Yo Day, there will be no ice cream in New York City.
I feel like the timing was really shady.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could have done
They
this.
could have done it in the winter.
It was 85 degrees.
They could have done it in the
outside
winter.
today.
They didn't need
Yeah.
to do it in the beginning of the summer.
No.
Right.
Just like they was playing the city, they played them.
Yes.
That's exactly what
That's
it was.
exactly what
Tit for
happened.
tat, I think.
This is a petty operation.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, there's one man
One man.
that could fix this by writing one check and get ice cream back on the streets of New York City.
I know who that is.
That man's name is Jay-Z,
Yeah, I knew it.
has become the first hip-hop billionaire according to Forbes magazine.
Yep.
So if he wants to make a big splash, like there was the guy who went to what college was it in
Morehouse?
Morehouse.
Yeah, and paid everybody's
paid
bill.
everybody's bill. Okay, let Jay-Z pay the ice cream truck. Get ice cream back on the streets.
Right.
That's right.
Forbes announced earlier this week that Jay-Z has become the first hip-hop artist to rack up $1 billion fortune thanks to lucrative investments in real estate, art, liquor, and Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is an early investor in Uber. The accomplishment is a far cry from his humble beginnings, when he was a drug dealer in his hometown of Brooklyn, New York, before creating his own label in 1996. Since then, the rapper turned mogul has earned 14 #1 albums, 22 Grammy Awards, over $500 million in pre-tax earnings.
Wow.
See, and I'm happy that they said all this because a lot of people thought that Diddy was the first hip-hop billionaire.
I don't think Diddy's a billionaire.
He's not.
He's not a billionaire.
No, so
No.
a lot of people, and then a lot of
Yeah.
people started thinking that Dr. Dre was because of Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Didn't
So,
make it.
He didn't make it
Jay
either.
actually really made it. So that's awesome.
And he is tied right now for 5th place on the list of wealthiest stars, and he's tied with Kylie Jenner.
That's gotta hurt.
Wow.
Yeah, tied
I
with
hate
Kylie
that.
Jenner.
That is crazy.
I hate that a lot in our
Why
world.
do you hate that?
That Kylie Jenner,
That's crazy.
20-year-old Kylie
21.
Jenner.
They're smart. They're smart. That whole crew.
Right.
Kardashian Jenner crew.
Chris Jenner.
They're very
is-
smart.
Chris Jenner
They're
is
very,
smart.
very smart cookies. So I
Chris
get,
Jenner is a billionaire? Sure. I'll take that. But Kylie Jenner is the product
They're
of
all
her-
smart cookies.
crazy.
So they know what they're doing.
Crazy.
Those Jenners and Kardashians, right?
Maybe-
And when worst comes to worst, I'll just become from a man to a woman, just to get
Right.
more publicity,
Here we
right?
go, yeah.
But it's,
They'll
just,
do anything,
it's,
right.
it's crazy that like Kylie had one what's it
Lip
called?
kit.
Just
Make
the
it-
lip kit.
He had a lip kit.
She had
The
one.
fact that Brad said
Right.
lip kit and knew is a testament to the fact that
Everybody
she's a
in the
billionaire.
world knows
The Kylie lip
Kylie
kit.
lip kit.
And like the fact that Jay has been around since the early 90s and has invested in so many different businesses, has the #1 R&B songstress in the world. You know what I
Signed his
mean?
label.
Like it's like Rockaware, like you
Rock
have
Nation,
Rock Nation, you
Rockefeller
have
Records.
all of that, and you're basically tied with that 21-year-old
21-year-old.
who has one business adventure.
You've been hustling all your life.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Dr. Dre, who sold the Beats. He put his name on a company, and 3 or 4 years later, he sold it. If you make a company and you sell it, and that company's making a lot of money, it's just that's the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
You put in 2-3 years of work, and the company takes off. That takes
Right.
off.
Absolutely, but
You know?
if Kylie Jenner hadn't been Kylie Jenner, if Kimberly Moore releases the Kimberly Moore lip kit tomorrow, I have a feeling
You have about 50 sales from the Brad Squad.
Boom!
And then,
thanks,
and then after that, you're out of business.
There it is.
Right.
And there it is. That's the
And
difference.
have a bunch of Kim lip kits at your apartment.
which is another reason to share. Share this to people who need lip products. Belgium Kim needs some money.
Woo woo! Belgium Kip lip kits on sale now for half off with code Bradshaw Live.
She'll even come and put it on for you.
She will.
Wherever you are.
Just give it to you.
Wherever you are.
Meanwhile, Dutch police are fighting crime with ecstasy-scented perfume. I don't know if you saw this or not. Talking about makeup and cosmetics.
Right, no.
Police in the Netherlands are offering samples of a special ecstasy-scented perfume to the public in the hopes that it will help people detect and report drug labs when they pass by them.
Wow.
There's nothing more beautiful in life than getting close to your boo. Say, baby, I'm home tonight. Do you smell like ecstasy?
I can't.
I mean, come on. I mean, what kind of dumb, baby, I really wanted to make love to you, but you just smell like ecstasy. Can you shower, please? I mean, it's crazy,
And
right?
I know what that smells like because a nice man handed me a scented card on the street.
Do you know what it smells like? What does it smell like?
No, I'm saying because of that perfume.
Okay. Dutch public prosecutor Antoinette Doden said the smell is the most important way that people can recognize an ecstasy lab. That is why we want to spread the smell over the entire country. Now, I will be in Amsterdam.
Yeah?
I will be in Amsterdam the first week of August.
Okay.
So what I will do is I will go out and look for the scented ecstasy scent.
Right.
I will go search out Dutch public prosecutor Antoinette Doden.
Please.
And maybe even ask her for free samples to bring back.
I think that's a good call.
And then when I come to the airport, I'll get arrested.
Right.
And you
No, I swear to God, it's just scented. It's not.
It's the perfume, I
Yes.
swear. I'm wearing it, guys. I love it.
All right, and finally,
Yeah.
Rihanna is
Yes.
the number one female.
Whoa.
The number one
Hey.
female. What is she worth? Do we know what she's worth?
600 million.
600 million.
How do you know that right off the top of your head?
Rihanna is my baby.
Now
Like,
Rihanna
My wife.
may pass this very fast now because she has just moved into the luxury fashion world with Fenty Maison, which is being put out by the Louis Vuitton group. Right. Among the diverse groups of models of different races and ethnicities for the high fashion line, and prior to becoming, what is this? She's straying from among the diverse. Who is the 67-year-old model, Joanne Johnson?
She's in Rihanna's
Johnson.
line.
She's in the line.
Right, she is featured as a model.
So she's given, chances to all different type of diverse models.
67-year-old model. Look at her.
I see. Okay, I didn't
Beautiful.
understand the card. So she has different models, and what is this? What is the
Look at
product
her.
line that she's doing? Actually, is it clothing?
Yeah, Fenty,
Yeah.
yeah, her new high fashion line.
Okay,
yeah.
Fenty. All right,
With
and it goes up to size 46 or American size 14.
Yeah,
Nice.
which is crazy
All
for a
right.
high fashion line.
I want you to know this card made absolutely no sense to me, but
Okay.
we will talk
But
about it
she's
after the
killing
show.
it. She's killing it.
Fact is, she's killing it,
I
right?
love her
I think
so
she's
much.
worth just as much as Madonna.
And
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow.
well, what other than selling records? What did Madonna do? She didn't really do
That's
any
why
movies,
I was
right?
surprised that Madonna was, but like she's up there.
Yeah, because I mean, Rihanna sold as many records as Madonna. I would assume has had as many top hits. She's had a long career like Madonna.
And had Fenty.
But what products does Madonna have that?
Well, I mean,
had
it could
perfume
also also could be ownership of music and
Right. You
buying,
don't know-
just
you
like
don't
how
know-
Michael
right.
Jackson had all
The
of
catalog.
Sony,
Right.
like
Yeah, you don't know what the contracts were
Exactly.
for the different music.
or
And I would-
just her buying rights to other
Right,
people's
and
music.
you would presume that when Rihanna was first coming up, that she got screwed, right? So I'm sure on her first couple, I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume on her first couple of records, she totally got screwed.
Absolutely,
Right,
I'm
and then
sure.
she got probably smarter and said,
Right.
Right, but that's usually how most people happens with
Yep.
most people. All right, so before we get into our answering immigration questions, please ask them one more time to share this to their Angela Barrett. Please.
Okay, fam. Our Brad Squad Spotlighter today found the show through sharing. Now go out there and find the next one. make sure that if you are watching us on Facebook right now, the first thing that you need to do is follow us and like our page, or else you'll never know when we go live, because that changes quite a bit. Also, make sure that you let us know all of your thoughts and feelings in the comments. The longer the better, fam. Tell us all how you feel about everything, and you may be one of our comments of the day. Also, the most important thing you can do for us is to share the show, family. Share it on your own timeline. Share it in other people's inboxes as a private message. Start a new group. Be like, hey, family, let's all be a cool group and watch the show together. Who doesn't love a watch party? You can also start that. Hit share, hit start a watch party. It'll send a notification out to every single one of your friends to let them know that you're watching the show and that you can come watch it with me right now in my very own chat box. And what are we gonna do on YouTube, Yo-Yo?
On YouTube, you guys are not off the hook. We definitely need you guys to share just as much, if not more. No, we want all of you guys to share as much as you can. So we want YouTube, all you have to do is press that little arrow that says share, or copy the link and also send it to a WhatsApp group. You can send it straight to your Instagram, you can send it to your Facebook, your Twitter, any social media. But we definitely need you guys to subscribe, just like you saw that little finger. Press that rectangle, that red rectangle that says subscribe. You have to subscribe and press the bell for the notifications, because remember, pop-up show. We weren't supposed to say we're doing one tomorrow, but we're doing one tomorrow.
We are doing one tomorrow.
But you don't know what time we're doing it tomorrow.
I will give a few hints.
Like an ABCD situation?
Yes.
Okay.
The sun will be shining in New York when we do our pop-up show.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it though. We're not giving any more hints.
You will have eaten breakfast.
Yes.
By the time we have done our pop-up show.
Yeah.
You will not have eaten dinner by the time we do our pop-up show, if you're on the East Coast.
But in order to find out exactly when it happens, you have to press that bell notification right now.
Don't make me give you any more hints.
You're not allowed to.
Don't give me any more hints.
No more hints.
No more hints.
So, but everybody watching right now, it's 135 people watching, but only 18 thumbs up. So I need everybody to press that thumbs up right now. And don't forget to keep on interacting. Make sure you comment. You could be the next star. What is it called? What do we call it?
Brand Squad Spotlight.
Yeah, Brand Squad Spotlight. And the only way to do that is if you comment. We need to see your name. We need to see your name and see who you are.
What do we call the show? It's called Bradshaw Live, Yonathan.
Bradshaw Live.
Bradshaw Live.
I forgot the spotlight thing.
All right. What is this thing I'm doing here?
I know. All right, guys, you already know what next is. It is one of your favorite parts of the show is when you guys call Brad and he answers your questions with getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right. This we're not going to screw up, that's for sure. Lots of screw-ups today.
Is there?
Yeah, Sandra Salinas screwed up our whole relationship with this man she's hugging.
That's true. Hashtag
right?
single.
I screwed up the whole Rihanna card.
Yeah.
All right, I screwed it up. I went back. I want you to know, I went back and looked at it while you were doing it.
Yeah.
And it was right.
It was
That
right.
was your effort.
It was mine. I
your
was reading it incorrectly. I will take full responsibility.
Thank you, because when you said that, I went back and reread it too.
I'm like, no, it looks pretty good. I called Belgium Kim out, or whoever wrote it. I don't know who wrote it, or whoever I wrote it.
You definitely called him out.
I called out the writer, and then I read it back. I go, no, this makes absolute sense.
It was me that did it.
All right, it's what happens on a live show when you don't read the cards ahead of time, right?
Oh, good. I appreciate the correction, Brad.
All right, let's go to Lillian in Glendale, Maryland. Lillian.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What can I do to help you?
I have a question. I filed my I-130
right
in October, and in April of this year, I filed my 485, my 765.
Great.
All those have been approved, and I went to do my fingerprint 3 days ago.
Great.
But my problem is they are scheduling my interview for Jamaica, and I'm in the United States.
Okay.
So what should I do?
All right. So you filed an I-130.
Yes.
And the I-130 went to the National Visa Center. And
Yes.
then you filed an I-485 and you submitted a copy of the I-130 and they're doing an adjustment here, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. very, confusing to you. It gives you a lot of anxiety. Like, oh my God, I don't want to go back to Jamaica. I
Yeah,
filed
but,
an adjustment
but
here.
the other thing, though, my kids are in Jamaica. My daughter and my son is in Jamaica.
All right, so let me tell you about you first, and then we'll get to your daughter and son. Okay?
Okay.
I was saying, it's, in your head, you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But it's actually a very simple thing. Okay?
Okay.
All you have to do is write a 3-sentence letter to the National Visa Center. And
Okay.
And the 3 sentences are, you'll start it with a salutation, dear sir or madam. Okay. And then this is my KNG number, whatever it is.
Okay.
My name is whatever your name is. Okay.
Okay.
Lillian, whatever your last name
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. I have filed my adjustment application. It's actually 4 sentences. Attached
Okay,
is
yeah.
receipt notice. It's 5 sentences. Please send the I-130 to the USCIS. Period.
Okay.
And then you don't go home. And then everything gets put together with your adjustment.
Okay. Perfect.
Very simple. Okay?
Okay.
Now, your children.
Yeah.
Children. You did an I-130. Who's filing for you?
My husband is filing for me and my children.
Did he file separate petitions for your children?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so those will go to Jamaica. You just want to write for your KNG number.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, so you're all set. Just procedure.
Okay.
It's procedure.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. She doesn't know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. She doesn't get the joke. It's procedure, Vinny.
Not many people are as common with my cousin Vinny lines
everybody
as you
should
are,
be.
I think.
Everybody should
I
be.
agree with that.
Everybody
this I
should
agree
be.
with.
Everybody should be. Best legal movie ever.
Ooh.
Yes. That one and the Tom Cruise movie. Not an officer and a gentleman.
Yes. Where with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes, when he goes, you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle. Oh yeah, because
Yes.
Gene Hackman says
No,
that.
not Gene Hackman.
Jack
Isn't
Nicholson
that Jack
says.
Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
What's the name of the movie? If you know the movie.
A Few Good Men.
Two Good
A
Men.
Few Good Men.
Yes.
A Few Good Men.
Thank
All
you.
right, Pat in Los Angeles. Pat. 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 Pat.
Hello?
Hi, Pat.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on, Pat?
Hi, I just wanted to get an advice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and it's like 3.5 years already since I got my green card.
Right.
So I believe I'm entitled to file the naturalization. And my question is, on last year, 2018, we filed our tax as married, filing separately.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that's a problem. Because...
Is it a problem?
Yes, it is. Because in order for you to become a citizen based on having a green card for 3 years, you have to show that you are in a bona fide marriage, residing in a bona fide marriage with your husband. Now, how does immigration, we talk about this every day. How does immigration...
I'm sorry, I didn't get you because,
just
the
dropped the
previous
phone 'cause I
years
heard-
of 2015 to
I heard that.
2017, it was filed jointly,
Okay,
and
Pat,
only
listen,
last
Pat,
year was
Pat.
the separate.
Pat, you're arguing with
Yeah.
the wrong guy. Okay? I'm not immigration, so you're arguing with the wrong guy. Let me just tell you what the law says, and then you decide whatever you want to do. Okay? You can disregard everything. Pat, don't keep putting your phone down. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. You listen. All right? Because the noise is hurting my ear. Okay? So this is what the law says. The law says that you have to be in a bona fide marriage with your spouse for 3 years. We talk about all the time, what is a bona fide marriage? A bona fide marriage is a marriage where a husband and wife live together in the same household and have an economic relationship. When you file a tax return, married, filing separately, what you are saying to the government is, I am not responsible for my husband's debts. My husband's not responsible for my tax debts. If I get a tax credit back, my husband gets none of it. And if my husband gets a tax credit back, I get none of it. That is married filing separately. That is not a bona fide marriage. Why? Because you don't have an economic relationship. You've separated your economic relationship. And when you go on your citizenship interview, you will be denied. Now you have two choices. You can amend your tax returns, make it a joint tax return, and then go file your citizenship if in fact you live in a bona fide marriage and you have everything else together with your spouse, or wait until 5 years of having a green card. Then it doesn't matter whether you're in a bona fide marriage or not, just the fact that you had a green card. File your taxes any way you want, as long as it's done legally. All right? Let's go to Peter in New York. Peter.
Hello?
How are you? This doesn't sound like a Peter.
No, this is Peter Wife.
But Peter Wife.
It's Peter.
How are you, Peter Wife? What's going
I'm
on?
okay.
What's going on?
I have one question to ask.
Go ahead.
I just came up from Jamaica last year, November the 20th.
Right.
And we got married January the 18th.
Right.
So it's been some months now, so about to start the filing. But I'm wondering if that's okay with the time frame that I came in the country.
No, because you didn't wait 90 days. So what's going to happen?
Yes, we did not know that.
Doesn't matter whether you knew it or not. I'm just telling you what the law is. The law doesn't say Peter's wife. The law doesn't say you can. The law does not say. I'm on your side again. I'm on your team. But as a member of your team, I have to tell you where everything's at. Okay? So what the law says is if you get married within 90 days, it's a misrepresentation. The law doesn't say if you get married within 90 days, it's only a misrepresentation if you knew what the law was. That's not what the law says. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like saying, I didn't know I can't, I didn't know I can't steal Belgium Kim's lip kit. Nobody told me I couldn't steal it. I didn't know that was the law. All right? In other words, ignorance of the law is not a defense. All right? For anything with immigration. So now this is what the law says. Okay? If you get married within the first 30 days, it is point blank misrepresentation, whether you knew the law or you didn't know the law. You got married in about 6-7 weeks. There is a rebuttable presumption between day 30 and day 90 that you intended. The law presumes that you intended to come to the United States and get married and that you made a misrepresentation. But based on your testimony at the interview, perhaps there was some intervening situation that happened. So there was an intervening situation that happened between the time you came into the airport and the time you got married 6 weeks later. What was that intervening situation that all of a sudden you changed your mind and decided to get married, but when you came into the airport, you had the intention of just coming to visit? I have no idea. I don't know anything about your life. We can't make stuff up. We have to talk about it, and whatever it is, it is. And if there was an intervening situation, then we present it at the interview, and hopefully they believe you, and then you're okay. If there is no intervening situation, or you present your intervening situation at the interview, and they don't believe you, then you need to file a waiver. That's what it comes down to.
A waiver?
A waiver.
What's that?
Okay, what's that? Okay, a waiver is you're denied. Yeah. You're getting deported. We don't want you in America. You're lied to the government. And then you say, here's my waiver. Can you waive this section of the law because I didn't know about it, and there would be an extreme and unusual hardship to my husband if I get deported and we can't live in America together as husband and wife. That's what a waiver is. Okay? So you need a good lawyer now because everything you're asking, everything you're saying, and everything you're doing is wrong.
Oh, my God.
Hold on 1 second. All right, let's go to Geneva in Baltimore, Maryland. Geneva.
Yes, hi.
Genevieve.
Yes.
Genevieve.
Yes.
Am I even getting close?
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
Please, I'm calling to find out how long it takes for I-130 to be processed.
Who's sponsoring who?
My husband.
Your husband is what?
I'm sponsoring my husband.
You're sponsoring. Where is your husband?
He's in Baltimore.
Where are you?
We in Baltimore.
You live together?
Yes.
Where is he originally from?
Sorry?
Where is he originally from?
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria. How did he come to the United States of America?
He came out through visa.
Okay. And when did you file the I-130 visa petition for him?
Last year.
Last year. Okay. And when did you file any did you file any other forms other than the I-130 visa petition? Were there any other forms that you put with that application?
Not at all.
None at all. You would like your husband to get a work permit, right? You would like your husband to be able to get a travel document. You would like your husband to get a green card. Now, you've been filing since sometime last year. And I am sad to advise you that all of this time that you have been waiting has been a waste of time because you did not file the proper forms to get your husband a green card in America. All you did was file an I-130 visa petition. That does not get him a green card in America. Filing an I-130 visa petition does not get him a work permit in America. And filing an I-130 visa petition does not allow him to travel back and forth to Nigeria while he's waiting for his green card in America. The I-130 is one of several forms that you need to file in order for him to get his green card in America. So when you call me and say, how long is the I-130 going to take to get approved? I don't know, maybe another 6, 9, 12 months. The more important question is, when does my husband get a green card based on what you're doing right now? Never. He's never getting it here in New York, in Baltimore, that's for sure. What you need to do right now is you need to file an adjustment application. You need to file an I-485, an I-130A, an I-864 affidavit of support, an I-765 work permit, an I-131 advance parole with a receipt notice from the I-130 paying the government $1,225 so you can get the ball rolling. You're still at the starting gate. Get the ball rolling so your husband can get a green card. That's what he needs. Okay. So you're not doing yourself or your husband justice by representing yourself. You haven't done anything properly yet. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We'll help you. All right. All right. Let's go to Sean in Whippany, New Jersey. Sean.
Hey, brother.
How are you?
I'm not bad. All right. Quick question. I have an interview next week.
Right.
But the thing is, I got a letter from USCIS telling me the documents that I should take in with to the interview.
Okay.
And I have a daughter outside of the country. So they're saying that I should bring custody or proof of custody of my daughter. I don't have any proof of custody because my baby mother has her.
Sean, you're representing yourself, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. What is this, based on marriage?
Yes, marriage.
Okay. The letter you got is a form letter. Nobody sat down and wrote that letter specifically for you. So it is a form letter that is given out by immigration, and that same letter goes to everybody. And I would say in that form letter, depending on what your case is, each person is different. Some of the documents that they ask for are pertinent, and other documents are irrelevant. And unless you're a lawyer, and unless you do this every day, you have no idea what's pertinent, what's not pertinent, what you should bring, what you shouldn't bring. They just gave you a kitchen sink of everything. All right? So you're getting sponsored by your spouse.
Yes.
Okay? What does your daughter in another country, custody of your daughter in another country has nothing to do with the price of eggs in China. So
that's what I was curious
about. You don't need it. Okay? All right? But what you do need,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm saying this a lot, all right? And I'm going to tell you something. People are going to be very shocked very, very soon. Okay? But William Barr, the U.S. attorney, who says no collusion, no obstruction, he just signed a rule that says when you go for your adjustment and you're denied, you're in deportation. End of story. Every person now moving forward who gets denied, expect deportation. So when you get letters like this and you say, I need to get my daughter custody, but I don't have custody, what should I be doing? Blah, 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 blah. Okay? It means you don't know what you're doing. That's really what it means. And it doesn't mean because you're not smart. You could be literally a nuclear scientist. Unless you know how to deal with the U.S. government and United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, it has nothing to do with your smarts. It has to do with your experience in dealing with the government in this particular area. You're going to screw it up, and when it's screwed up, you're going to be in deportation. Now, there may be people who don't screw it up, but me, I wouldn't want to take those chances.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. Hold on if you need help. Let's go to Lacey in Duluth, Georgia.
Hello?
Lacey, how are you?
I'm great, Brad.
What's going on?
I have a question. I met my spouse within 8 months, and 8 months we get married, right? Do I need to have a lawyer representing me on the time of my interview?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, especially if you're in Georgia. They deny everybody in Georgia.
Pardon me?
Georgia's the worst place to go to immigration. They deny everybody there. You absolutely need a lawyer.
Oh, so Georgia is the worst place to...
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Lacey, and I said this the other day. You held online for 45 minutes or whatever it was to speak to me, to ask me if you need a lawyer. It means your gut says you need a lawyer. Because if your gut says you didn't need a lawyer, you wouldn't have done it. So you've already answered your own question. You need a lawyer.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
All right.
Let's go to Kathy in Nashville, Tennessee. Kathy.
Hello?
Hello, Kathy.
Hi. Hi, Brad.
Oh, hi. Very perky, Kathy.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
thanks for answering my call.
My pleasure.
My husband's from Belize.
Uh-huh.
And we got married in October.
Right.
We filed in November. We got the receipt. We got notification that April 8th, he was ready to be scheduled for interview.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day weekend, of course, a bystander at a party. We were at a party, whatever, no big deal, but he was pointed out that he was driving while under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was driving. I don't know who this woman was. Long story short, my husband was charged with a DWI.
What do you mean? Wait a second. He was pointed out as driving. Pointed out by who? Was he behind the wheel of a car when he got stopped?
No, sir.
So it's just
we
somebody's.
were at an Airbnb rental.
So you're at an Airbnb, and somebody just says this guy was driving a car and he was drunk, and the police came and arrested him.
There was a lot of drama at this particular house, and he was at the house in bed when the police arrived. So we actually don't know if the door was open or shut. So we're waiting.
Why did the police come and arrest him for drinking and driving when he wasn't in a car? No, but.
Thank you, Brad. Yeah. So this is a pickle that we have to.
All right. So, couple things. Okay. Sure. All right. I assume he's black, Spanish. What is he?
He's. They call him like a red boy. He's like light skin. Mix.
Okay. Because usually this doesn't happen to white people. Cops don't come into people's bedrooms and arrest them for them for drinking and driving in a bed. Okay, so I was going to say I've heard of driving while black, but I never heard of driving while black while lying in my bed.
While sleeping.
While sleeping in my bed. Okay, that's a new one for me. Okay, but listen, I don't know what the hell happens in Tennessee over there. That's why I stay in New York.
No,
Much
okay,
safer.
the charge was in Texas.
Oh, in Texas, that's even worse.
Whoa,
That's even worse. All right. So this is a couple things. One is make sure you get a good lawyer, because this sounds like a complete violation of his rights, left, right, and center. Okay.
That was my question.
Did you allow the police to walk in? Who opened the door to allow them to even walk in the home?
So I wasn't physically at the house, and I hired a DWI lawyer.
Right.
He was taken to jail. He was held overnight. I bailed him out the next day, and the lawyer that we hired is saying it'll take like 6 to 10 months to get the body cam footage to verify that they'd walked into the house.
What you need to do is be innocent. Period.
Right.
Okay. And you can go on your interview and bring proof that this case is pending, and immigration will hold the case open pending the results of the criminal case.
Well, I was notified by my immigration lawyer in Nashville that you had like typically 90 days to clear it after the interview.
Which is possible. Immigration may say that. And if it's not cleared within 90 days, then they may deny him. And he may even be put in deportation as a result for being an overstay. But we would have to fight it all out.
So my next question is, I do contract work. I travel around, and the lawyer suggested to buy us time that we could relocate. Like, we filed in Nashville to relocate wherever we move to. Like, I'm in the process of moving to North Carolina, and if we move my address to North Carolina, does that buy us time until this body cam footage comes back?
If you are legitimately moving to North Carolina, it would buy you time because the case would be transferred and it would go to the end of the line in North Carolina.
Well, so my job, I have the liberty of moving every 3.5 months.
Well,
so is moving the address?
Well, yes, but it's kind of shady what you're saying. Okay, so and you're telling the world how shady you are. So it's not a smart thing to say.
I'm a travel nurse, Brad.
Okay, I understand
not that shady.
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying it's a shady thing to say. I want to avoid immigration.
Yeah.
I want to avoid immigration knowing about my husband's DUI because it's not resolved yet. So I'm going to move states. It's a little shady. Okay, listen, you're a nice, perky woman. I'm just telling you, you got to be smart what you're saying. The world is listening to you. I'm not having a private conversation with you.
I know.
Okay? But to answer your question, the answer is if you are legitimately moving from one state to another, and it's not for reasons of buying time, you are legitimately moving. If it is for a reason of buying time, then they're going to deny you. If it is for a legitimate I can only tell you what the law is. If it's for a legitimate reason that I'm legitimately moving to another state, and this is where we are living now as husband and wife in a bona fide marriage in North Carolina or in South Dakota or in Montana or Alaska, wherever you move to, then you write immigration, you say, I've moved, please transfer the file. And when it gets transferred, it does go to the end of the line in that state.
Well, our lawyer did submit a change of address.
Okay, so you already did it.
Well, I'm leaving Texas right now in process of going to North Carolina. Okay, so I guess I'm not trying to buy time. Like, this is my profession.
Okay.
So,
I would be quiet at this point. I mean, the more you talk, the more I'm just like shaking my head. All right. So at this point, I would just be quiet. I told you what the law is, and you know. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Irene in Queens. Irene.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Thanks for answering my question.
What is your question?
You guys are great.
Thank you.
I crossed the border, crossed the U.S.-California border in 2005, but was given voluntary departure.
Okay.
I became a permanent resident of the United States in 2012 based on marriage.
Did you reopen your removal case?
No. Nothing was reopened.
Did you file a waiver for the voluntary departure when you filed your adjustment?
No.
Okay.
That was done in 2005, and I was just allowed to leave.
And you left?
Without. Excuse me?
You left or you stayed?
I left.
Oh, you did leave. Okay, fine.
Yes.
I misunderstood.
Yes,
I thought you
I'm
stayed
sorry.
here. And then I'm saying to myself, okay, how'd you get your green card?
No.
Okay. All right, so you left. You got a voluntary
Yes.
departure and left. Okay, good. Now I understand.
And
okay.
then I came back,
Uh-huh.
and I became a permanent resident through marriage in 2012.
Right.
The marriage was terminated by divorce,
Okay.
but I am now currently married to another U.S. citizen.
Okay.
In June of 2016, I was arrested, but the case was dismissed and sealed by an ACD
Okay.
on October 2017. I filed for citizenship based on a 5-year residence.
Okay.
I passed the interview in November of 2018, and I haven't received any decision, and it's now June.
Well,
and I'm still waiting.
When did you go on your interview?
That was November of 2018.
Okay, so the government has 120 days to make a decision on your citizenship. If after 120 days, which is beyond now, they haven't made a decision on your citizenship, then you have a right to what's called a de novo review. And what a de novo review is, you bring your case into a federal court judge, district court judge, and ask the federal court district judge to review your entire citizenship case to make a decision. That's one option. You can also file a mandamus to force the government to make a decision. That's a second option. I would, if it's just this ACD and nothing else, and that is the one and only bad thing you've done in the last 5 years, and it's not a bad thing, you got arrested and the case was dismissed, it's not the worst thing in the world. I would file a mandamus because you're entitled to become a citizen.
Okay.
All right, but you need help.
Okay.
You're in Queens. I'm in
Yes.
Manhattan. It's just a bridge away. Hold on one second. Let's go to Melissa in New York. Melissa.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Melissa.
Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure.
So, I have a few questions for you.
Yes.
I recently got my interview date.
Uh-huh.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Hello?
I hear you.
Hello?
Hold on. We're going to come back to you when you could hear us. Someone could speak to her and make sure that she can hear us. Charles in Indianapolis. Charles in Indianapolis.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, bro.
How are you?
Fine. Good evening. My name is Charles.
Yes.
Yeah. I have just one or two questions to ask, which has been bothering my mind. I joined the National Guard. That was back then, 2018. So after my clearance was done, my clearance came back after a year. So I was informed that my clearance was not good enough because I didn't disclose my.
Charles, you're either coming in fuzzy or I don't understand your accent well, to be quite frank. You joined the National Guard and just try to speak a little slower so I could hear. And what happened?
I joined the National Guard back as 2018.
Uh-huh.
So they did my clearance. So my clearance came back after a couple of months. So
they did your what? What did they do?
My security clearance.
Your
my
security clearance, I understand.
Yeah.
And the security clearance came back, and what was the problem?
They said I was kind of like, I'm not fit enough because I didn't disclose my financial record.
You're not a citizen, or you are a citizen? Are you a citizen of the United States?
No, I'm a permanent resident.
Okay.
I'm a green card holder.
You're a permanent resident, and what did you not disclose?
So they said I didn't disclose my financial record. I was hiding my financial record, so I didn't disclose my financial record.
What do you mean you were hiding your financial records?
The issue is this. When I came into this content of 2015, I helped a friend. I sent the money to a friend at China through my bank. So I've forgotten because it wasn't my money. So I didn't have that in memory. So when I was asked, I told them I didn't send any money. So when the FBI came again,
asked by who?
By I guess the security clearance officer.
Wait a second. You applied for the National Guard, and they asked you about a wire transfer, and you said you forgot about it. And now they said no because you lied about a wire transfer that you may have forgotten.
Yes.
How much was this wire transfer? Was it $10 million?
It's like, it's like $10,000.
This makes no sense to me whatsoever. What is you transferring $10,000 have anything to do with the National Guard? I've wire transferred more than $10,000 in my lifetime. I don't remember all my wire transfers.
My question is this: I just filed for my 10 years a couple of months ago. So will that have any effect to do with my adjustment of 10 years for my 10 years green card?
You just with your 10? No, this has nothing to do with your 10-year green card.
All right, thank you very
much. You're welcome. All right. Unless this wire transfer was like funny money wire transfer, which we didn't get the whole, maybe he transferred money that wasn't funny, but transferred it to a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by the,
like funny.
Funny, like funny in what way?
Right.
Like what's so funny about me?
Wait,
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Right, the funny money.
Sketch.
Right, sketchy funny money.
Like unsure. Okay, we're done.
Maybe. I'm not calling him out. I have no idea.
Never
but
know.
Why would that even come up in, as Deion Watson says, Yes.
It's a lot of hmms today.
That made no sense to me. All right, Melissa, back in New York. Let's see if we can speak to her now. She hears us. Melissa.
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call again. So after 19 months of waiting, I finally got an interview date for this month.
Great.
Because I was talking to you before, you said to get a mandate, and they didn't reach out to me. But
right, but you did it. Perfect.
Right.
Good.
Right. So my interview date is for this month, coming up the ending, and I just wanted to know, my spouse and I, we have everything together, from our mortgage to everything. Last year, I got 2 jobs, and she has 2 jobs also. So when we tried to file together, it was like showing that we were going to owe a lot of money. So we did it separately, and we itemized. We didn't itemize anything. We just did the standard deduction.
Well, all right. So your question is, your question to me is, I filed married filing separately. Is that going to come back and haunt me? Maybe. It's based on the totality of circumstances. For citizenship, 100%, you would not get through. For a green card, they look at everything. It certainly doesn't. Filing married separately certainly doesn't help you. It hurts you. It may very well get your case denied. Is it worth taking the chance to save a couple $1,000s in taxes and F your life up here for the rest of your life and get deported? I don't see that I don't even see that as a decision to make. I never understand why people who are filing for adjustment of status would ever take the chance of not filing separately and do it any other way to save a couple of dollars and fuck your whole life up. Why would you do that? I would amend your taxes.
I don't know.
Then don't. It's up to you. Whatever you want. There's plenty of people who file married filing separately get through. There's plenty of people who don't. Take the chance. Whatever I just tell you my opinion. I wouldn't take the chance.
But it's not something that can be fixed now because it already went through.
Well, of course it can. You can amend your taxes.
We can?
Of course. It's called amend my taxes.
Okay. And how would we do that?
Go to an accountant and amend your taxes. Say we made a mistake. We should have filed jointly. Pay your taxes. Get a green card. That's how life works, Melissa. Hold on. I don't know what else to say. All right? Pay your taxes. I pay my taxes. Yonathan, you pay your taxes.
What?
Don't try to cheat the government and then say, how come I didn't get a green card?
Right. That's facts.
Tasha.
Hello?
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
All right. So I have a question. I'm trying to file for a green card for my husband.
Right.
He came into the country on a visa but overstayed. And so he was married in his home country.
Right.
But got a divorce before I met him, so he got the divorce in October.
Okay.
And we met sometime in November.
Okay.
And so we got married in April.
Right.
And so I'm wondering if that's going to be. I'm trying to do it. Without.
Listen, it's a quick wedding. You don't know the guy a lot. Whatever it is, 6 months, whatever it is. But people fall in love fast. That's how life is. My parents knew each other for 4 months and got married, and they've been married for 53 years. So, it happens. Right?
Right.
So, as long as you live together, it's a bona fide marriage. The marriage was legal. You have an economic relationship. Go file. Why not?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Samantha in New York. Samantha. Hi, Samantha.
How
are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
How are you?
Wonderful.
That's great. I'm inquiring about the work permit after I filed the VAWA.
Right.
So I received a prima facie. I've posed this question like 2 times, but it wasn't answered fully. So I was inquiring about the VAWA. I filed the VAWA, and I got a prima facie. However, I did not get the work permit because I couldn't afford the lawyer fee. So I did the application myself. I forgot to do an affidavit for my husband. However, since then, everything wasn't working out. So I went and I did a VAWA. I got a prima facie, but I still haven't received a receipt or anything for the work permit. When I was sending the VAWA application, I submitted a receipt of the work permit, the I-130, all of those, but I still haven't heard from them. So I'm not sure how can I check or if I have to refile it.
Did you file an I-45?
Yes, I did. And I sent them a copy of all those receipts when I sent the VAWA.
Okay. Was the I-45 denied?
No, it was not denied.
Well, then you should have got a work permit from that I-45 from the marriage case. I don't know what you did wrong.
No, remember I told you I did not.
What would I remember?
I did not do the affidavit of support.
Okay, all right. So this is
sent out the RFE.
And then you didn't respond
so
to it.
So when I sent out the RFE,
all right.
responded and let them know. I sent the receipt to let them know, I have a pending spousal abuse application.
Yeah, well, hopefully, when was that? When did you respond to that?
It was February of this year.
All right, so because of that, it would only be sometime in February. Did you get a biometric?
Yes, I did that,
okay,
and
fine. All right.
they said it was completed and everything.
Okay, fine. So what happens is count 6 months from February, and that's when you'll get your work permit. Because your case wasn't completed till you submitted proof that you have a pending VAWA and you don't need an adjustment. So March, April, May, June, July, August, probably September.
All right.
All right.
So question, if I should travel, can I go in, for example, to get a stamp for travel?
No, but you can apply for advance parole.
I did. I have the receipt.
Then wait. Unless there's a death in the family, you're not going to get it.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Kaleem in Buffalo.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for attending my call. We're waiting
pleasure.
for 36 minutes. And thank you so much for helping your people. I really appreciate this thing.
My pleasure. Sorry about the 46. By the way, sorry about the 46 minutes, but I'll give you all the time you need right now.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have applied for I-751 in September 2018 on the first week. And still was waiting for today. I give a call to the Immigration Call Service Center. And they told me your file is not updated, and they will request and they will mail out it. So my question was, what does that mean that they will mail out it, my file?
What they said to you, are you quoting exactly what they said to you? Your file is not up to date and they will mail it out to you? Is that exactly what they said? Or tell me exactly what they said, because that means absolutely nothing to me. Tell me exactly what they said.
No, I'm sorry. They told me they updated in December 20, and after that, it's not updated, and they will request. The call center said they will request it to mail it out. They didn't mail out it.
To mail what out? Mail what out?
Like mail it out, like to send it to by mail to some service center or something. I don't know. That was exactly they told me.
All right. First of all, what you're saying is absolute gibberish to me. It makes no sense. Number two,
All right.
The people who you speak to is exactly what you said. It is a call center. It is not
Yes.
even the immigration service. It's not even a government worker. It's private contractor hired by USCIS. They have extraordinarily limited information, even more extraordinarily limited knowledge. They absolutely know nothing about your case. Okay?
Right.
So when you call them, it's just make you feel good or make you feel bad, depending on what they say. But it does nothing to further your case or give you proper information. Sad, but that's what it is. Okay? Your I-751 was filed. You have a receipt notice.
Yes.
Then you wait 18 months from that. That's basically it.
But sir, they say to check it online, the status. When I'm checking it online of my file status, it's kind of showing an error.
Well, then it's probably a computer error. As long as you don't have a decision yet, it's fine. You got to wait 18 months from the time you file the I-751. I just saw come across, where is it? Dawn Harriet. Okay, Dawn Harriet had a very astute comment just now. Should be comment of the day, but I'm now going to tell you, Kaleem.
Yes.
When people try to save money by filing on their own, it costs more when they mess up.
Yes, sir. I didn't did it by my own. I hire a lawyer.
So then why are you calling immigration? Your lawyer should be dealing with this.
Yeah, but you're more expert. I'm watching all the time your show, and you looks for me like a genius. So I think you need to be the immigration officer. More than that, you know everything. That's why I said let me call you and ask you.
Well, I agree. I'm a genius. I'm such a genius.
No, you are a genius.
I'm such a genius. I'm going to put my genius hat on right now. This is what geniuses wear.
And sir, I have a question.
But let me tell you something. Because you're a very smart guy. You want to know why you're a smart guy? Because you recognize that I'm a genius. Okay? That's why you're a smart guy. But then I don't understand why you're such a smart guy and you recognize that I'm a genius and you're calling immigration on your own and you have another lawyer. Because you know what a smart guy would do? They say, if my lawyer's not helping me and I'm seeing this genius and I want to talk to him, I can switch lawyers. You're the captain of the ship.
That's the reason I'm talking to you, sir.
Right. You're the captain of your ship. You switch lawyers. We'll get it straight
That's
out.
the reason I'm calling you to talk to you. Sir, I travel in November for 1 month out of the country. Can I travel again in August?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And the immigration officer, they have sent me the receipt notice for the receipt, which was I can travel on it. But that is not original. It's a copy.
You can the receipt. You need an original receipt notice to travel. You're not traveling with a copy. So if you don't have the original, you have to make an appointment at immigration to get a stamp in your passport or something.
All right.
Thank
you
then
so much.
1 second. I'm not done with you yet because you're a smart guy. Okay.
Please.
Now let me explain something to you, to everybody out there. I got to get rid of this hat because I look really silly in it. Okay. Let me explain something to you. All right.
Please.
You, Kaleem, in Buffalo, New York, you are the captain.
Yes, please.
You are the general of your own life. You are the captain of your ship. You get to decide where your ship sails. You get to decide who is on your ship. If you don't like your lawyer, you kick the lawyer off your ship. You hire a new lawyer. If I'm the lawyer on your ship and you don't like me, you have every right to fire me. You have every right to change lawyers whenever you want. So when I hear people say, wow, I saw your show, you're brilliant, you're a genius, I wish I knew you, I hired another lawyer, you know what? You can switch whenever you want. So, when people say that to me, I say, come on. If you really want me as your lawyer, you can have me as your lawyer. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm not insulted. I got plenty of clients. So whether you end up being my client or not, it's not going to make a difference in my life. Okay? But it may make a difference in your life. All right?
Thank you so much.
hold on
Thank
1 second. Hold on. All right.
Yeah.
Na 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 na.
What?
Going crazy. What do we got here? No Anna, no nothing. All right, we're gonna go to social
Let's do it.
media check-in.
Our first question is from Avinash, who said, I overstayed my tourist visa for 10 months because I got married and divorced to a U.S. citizen. I voluntarily left the U.S. but was not deported, and I don't see any banned stamps on my passport. What should I do now that I want to come to the U.S. because I was not given any justice and I was left alone? I don't fall under the 30, 60, or 90-day rule of marriage.
All right. This is BS.
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 Why is it BS?
I'm going to call this guy out.
Okay.
What kind of crap is this? I had to overstay my visa because I was getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Come on. Sorry, that doesn't even pass the bullshit meter.
Well, I think that he overstayed his visa and in that time got married and divorced. So he was like, I overstayed my visa to be married and then we got divorced.
I thought he said because I have a divorce processing because I had to overstay my visa. That's how I understood
because I got
it.
married and divorced.
Okay, so if you came on a visa,
right?
Couple things.
Yeah.
Came on a visa, and you got married. You are no longer visiting. You've shown an intent to get a green card. So even if you didn't overstay your visa, you are not coming back to America on another visitor's visa. Why? Because you got married. Number two, whether it was within the 90 days or not.
Right.
Okay? Number two, you overstayed your time by more than 180 days, you have a 3-year bar. Nobody is sending you a golden ticket with the 3-year bar. Okay? This is not the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. All right? Where they give you the magic ticket, 3-year bar. Just, that's the law. So when you try to come back into the United States on that visa, not only is that visa no good because you overstayed, they're going to bar you for 3 years, they're going to deport you at the airport. If you go back to the U.S. Embassy to get a new visa, they're going to say, hey, you have a 3-year bar, and also, we're never going to give you a visa again because you got married. You've done everything humanly wrong that you could have done, you did wrong. Now, maybe he needs a consultation. I can figure out other ways to help the man.
I think we might.
There's waivers, but...
It sounds like...
But, you know, I originally heard that as I
overstayed
for my divorce. I'm like, come on, nobody buys that one.
You don't need to be here.
Yes.
All right, Amandeep says, my dad, permanent resident, applied for my brother and sister over 21 on September 4th, 2015, when they will be, when will they be in the USA? He will apply for citizenship in 1 year, and could that help them bring them faster, or does it not change anything?
Who filed for who when?
The father, who's the permanent resident, applied for the brother and sister who are over 21 back in 2015.
They got to wait another 2 to 3 years.
And him becoming a citizen,
maybe a couple months, but it's not going to be a big deal.
Okay.
Paul said, to sponsor my fiance, I don't meet the 125% guideline by $5,900. But I've got $33,000 of recent balance with my 12-month average of $18,000. Could I use my balance to make up the difference that I don't meet for that 125% for my fiance?
No, you cannot, because you only get 20% of that balance.
Okay.
On an average over 12 months.
Right.
So that would be about $3,600.
Oh man, you are
so he's short $2,000.
So short. Oh.
Okay, just go find a friend to do it.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right, Marie says, hey, Brad, will it affect my case if I send my adjustment of status documents to I-485 3 months before my priority date has become current?
Well, yeah, you can't file your I-45 until your priority date is current, not almost current.
Donald said, my son is here in the U.S. with me. He's a citizen through me, and he's going to be 19 in December, and his girlfriend is going to be 18 soon. Can he get married? To her or get her a fiance visa?
Yes, you can legally marry at 17.
17.
Yes.
Ben says, my cousin's wife filed the I-130 April 2018 and has not been approved until now. What's the way forward?
What's the way forward?
That's what it says. And then it says, with the family F2A that will be current July 1st, 2019, do you think that it's wise to file the adjustment of status even when the I-130 that is over a year now has not been approved?
Well, is this person in legal status? So I would say it's not wise.
It's not wise.
Probably not, because they're probably not in legal status.
Zachary E. said, is staying 176 days on a visitor's visa in the U.S. a reason to deny a renewal for a new visa at the embassy? Are there any days limits?
There are no days limits, but it's totally discretionary, and staying 178 days and staying that full 6 months would lead somebody at the embassy to say, what are you doing for 6 months in America?
It's a long vacation.
It's a long vacation. Do you not have a job? What is your job? What makes us think that you're going to come back to whatever country you're in? What makes us think that maybe you won't stay instead of 178 days, you're going to stay 178 months?
Right. All right, Samuel says, hey, my 10-year green card is still pending, but I have a 1-year extension green card stamp on my passport. Is it safe to travel to Africa with this?
With the extension stamp for 1 year, yes.
Tracy Lacey said, I overstayed
I
on
like
my...
that name.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like Tracy Spacey, but it's Tracy Lacey.
Tracy
right?
Lacey.
Yeah.
I overstayed on my B1B2 visa, and I've been here 10 months now. I got married to my spouse, who's a permanent resident, about 4 years ago. Is there anything we can do to get my green card?
Yeah, have him file for you.
Yeah.
Have the man file for you.
Right.
Okay, and the next one is Shango saying, if an IJ grants? What's an IJ?
Immigration judge.
Ah, okay. If an IJ grants your green card, will it be produced and then sent in the mail, or do I have to make an info pass?
It will be produced and sent in the mail, but it depends on what application. If it was cancellation or removal, there's a huge backlog for cancellation or removal. If it was adjustment status, it should just come in the mail to you.
Monica said, a friend of mine is here from Jamaica who is married and needs his divorce papers. What does he need from Jamaica to do the divorce?
Nothing. He wants to do a divorce here in America? You just have to have residence requirements.
It says, is here from Jamaica who is married and needs his divorce.
He wants to get a divorce in America. He needs to serve his spouse in Jamaica with a divorce summons and have it notarized.
There it is.
That's what he needs, but he doesn't need any documents from Jamaica.
Great.
Okay, Jessica Leamy says, asking for a friend, how long does it take to get a work permit after a VAWA has been approved?
Oh, it should come pretty soon, assuming you file the I-765 with the VAWA application.
Belgie Selick said, I've been married 6 months and I got my receipt on May 7th, but I'm still waiting for my fingerprint. What should I do for that?
What happened on May 7th?
Got her receipt. So married for 6 months, got my receipt May 7th, still waiting for fingerprint.
Well, it's only 4 weeks. Wait some longer. 8 weeks probably.
Shelly Ann says, my husband is in jail for aggravated assault. He put in my papers. Will that affect my paperwork? I'm scared. It's a real marriage. I overstayed my B1, B2 visa.
Yes, it will affect your paperwork because the man can't show up to an interview because he's in jail. Now, you will have to go to your interview on your own with proof that he's in jail, and they'll postpone it pending, when he gets out of jail.
G Knight says, what documents do I need to add to the I-130 to claim my parents?
What documents?
Yep.
You file one I-130 for each parent.
Mm-hmm.
You prove you're a citizen, you're over 21.
Right.
And your birth certificate, which would show your parent's name on it.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Rococo Chocolat says, hey, Brad, good evening. Can you talk about the visa application for the B1, B2 visas? And are they stamping passports also? No adjustments?
What? Those are two different questions?
Yes.
What is the application process for B1?
The visa application process for the B1, B2.
You fill out the non-immigrant visa application and prove that you have enough ties to your home country that you're going to return after your temporary visit to America. What was the second part of the question?
Are they stamping passports also at the airport? No, with no adjustments?
With no adjustments?
I think they're talking about, we've seen a lot of our people write in about they're writing no adjustment when they stamp your passport.
Yes.
Is that real?
It is real. It happens a lot. But what also will happen is that you can be overturned by a local immigration officer if you choose to adjust.
Bradford has a really adorable question.
Bradford.
So you know he's going to be real good.
I would say my namesake will have a good question.
He says, I'm not on my wife's lease, and I can only afford to help her with one of the bills. Am I going to run into any problems? We've been together since high school. It's real love. We've got 2 kids. What can I do?
Man's not on a lease. Will he have problems? It says yes.
Oh.
It says yes. Magic 8 Ball says
No
yes.
luck with the Magic 8 Ball
Magic 8
today.
Ball says yes. I have no idea if he's going to have problems or not. I don't know anything about his case. You have to prove you live together.
Okay.
You have to prove you have a financial relationship. So if your name's not on the lease, you better have other documents to show financial relationship. If your only financial relationship is we share one bill together, you're going to have problems. No matter how much you're in love. Because the government doesn't say, we're going to interview you to determine if you're in love. There's no word love in the Immigration and Nationality Act. None. Doesn't say if you're Romeo and Juliet, you'll get a green card. It says if you're in a bona fide marriage, which is different than I'm in love. A bona fide marriage is a marriage entered into for love.
Right.
But to prove it, you got to prove you live together and you share an economic relationship.
All right, Bill G says, I've been...
By the way, Marcia McCullough, this is not Hump Day Wednesday.
What'd she say?
But she said something very dirty to me. She says, Brad, shake that ball.
Wow, Marcia.
Marcia, that's a little, sounded a little dirty to me there.
We're a day late on that.
Yeah,
Marcia.
well, yeah, that would have been much funnier yesterday.
Right. All right, Bill G says, I've been waiting for my biometric appointment for 12 weeks now. What's going on?
You screwed up something. I don't know.
Jesh said, I am 18 years old and my aunt and uncle put in for my mom and dad and me in 2013. How many more years until we get our green card?
Mom and dad's a resident or a citizen?
Aunt and uncle put in for mom and dad. We don't know.
Okay, so that's an F4. You're waiting about 5 more years whether or not you get through or not. Who knows?
He's going to age out.
He's going to age out. Yeah, he's going to age out.
Oh.
Damn. You, James, says, I have an opportunity for an EB3 sponsorship, but I use Asylum EAD while on an F1. Brad said I lost my F status from using the Asylum EAD. How can I get my EB3 visa in the U.S.?
What? Say it again?
I have an opportunity to get the EB3 sponsorship.
Right.
Okay,
but I job sponsorship.
Yes, but I use the asylum
work permit to get the job.
EAD while on the F1.
Okay.
So, did they lose their F status?
They lost their F status.
So you said they lost their F status
right.
From using the asylum. Correct. How can you get the EB3 visa in the U.S.?
I don't think he would be able to because he's out of status now on the F1, so he wouldn't be eligible to adjust unless he's 245I. So he can file an EB3, withdraw the asylum, go home as long as he doesn't have a 3 or 10 year bar, and come back. But I don't know how he's going to adjust here on an EB3.
Tracy, our final question for the moment, says, what are the documents I would need to file for my 15-year-old daughter's adjustment of status?
Are you a citizen or a resident? And is you filing? Are you filing or is your spouse filing? But you would need her birth certificate. You would need an affidavit of support from whoever the petitioner is. You would need proof that you're a citizen or resident. I don't know enough about your situation. So give us a little more information, and I'll answer it during our speed round, which is going to come up in about 10 minutes or so. Before that, Oscar Crucis says, Brad, shout out for Jenny Kim for helping me out today.
Whoa, whoa. That's right.
Go, Jenny.
Go, Jenny.
Go, Jenny. Go, Jenny. Go, Jenny. Okay. So
your Cabbage Patch is hilarious.
Because it's got a lot of forward motion to it.
That's right. Well, I try to be funny.
I know. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So Yonathan recently met up with this artist, Jazmine Dior Johnson. Cool guy?
Girl.
Oh, cool girl.
Yeah, Jasmine.
I thought it was a man.
Jasmine?
I don't know why I thought it was a man.
She's a gorgeous girl.
That's no man. That is no. You enjoyed that one.
Well, more so inside and out, you know. So I did enjoy it because she's an amazing, amazing artist and just phenomenal.
Well, she's been showcased at the Museum of the International Center of Photography in Manhattan in the 4 Freedoms exhibit.
Yes.
And the 4 Freedoms is an artist-led platform that investigates how art and artists can help deepen public discourse and political awareness in the United States. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, this is Yonathan. Elias out here in the Lower East Side of Manhattan at the International Center of Photography Museum, checking out the Four Freedoms art exhibit. And we're going to be interviewing the great Jazmine Dior, who actually came in from Silver Spring today just to speak with us about her art that's in the exhibit. Check out the interview. So tell me about the Four Freedoms.
Four Freedoms is a platform that uses art to kind of talk about a lot of civic issues. It really just provides a space for dialogue, to talk about really pointed issues, anything from race to like civic engagement, civic duty. Four Freedoms was created by an artist who I am really a huge fan of, Hank Willis Thomas. This work obviously I think speaks to a lot of different things, and so they had created this call for artists, and they had a bunch of people kind of send in work that spoke to the idea of freedom from fear. And so I really felt like with the work that I was doing, it could really fit into that.
So who and what inspires your work?
Yeah. Ooh. I think my work is inspired by my own lived experience as a Black woman. I speak a lot about Black identity, about womanhood, because I often feel like I'm walking through this world as a Black person, or I'm walking through this world as a woman. And it's very rare to be able to kind of move freely as both. A lot of my work stems from protest and Black life and Black death. And so there's just like so many things. But really it just comes from a place of expression. It's a very important outlet for me to be able to do that.
And I do want to say I appreciate you for doing that. I do want to ask, do you know anybody, or have you ever been affected by police brutality?
Yeah, so I am very lucky to not have had any personal experiences with police brutality. It still affects me the same. I think it's really scary to feel like you aren't able to move through this world freely, like to be able to like be in a space to exist without fear of confrontation. I feel like during 2014 and 2015, during the height of like Black Lives Matter, I could feel myself being super hyper aware of myself and my body, just like how I move in spaces, like if there's a police officer around me, just like making sure that I'm very quiet. You know, I try to make myself small, almost invisible, so like I don't attract any unwanted attention in that way.
So what mediums do you use for your art?
I use different mediums for my work. I think it really depends on the project. So most of the work that I do is digital. The pieces here at the ICP, it's part of a series called Ain't I a Woman, and they were all done on Photoshop. I happened to watch a documentary about the death of Jordan Davis, who was shot because his music was too loud. I took the audio from the documentary and kind of did a mix with it and included music that talks about like life and death and pain and hope and liberation, all of these things. And then I've also worked on these milk cartons, which represent every Black person killed by police, starting from 2014 up until 2016. And that was probably the first time that I worked in a more three-dimensional sense. And that had a lot of challenges, but it was a wonderful process and something that I kind of hope to do more of in the future.
I loved that milk carton idea.
Right? So like you use this medium that has this sort of widespread reach in hopes that you can find a person, find justice, or get answers. And oftentimes I was reading that the milk cartons were not effective. Like they reached a lot of people, but oftentimes people that were on the milk cartons were never found. So it really, I think, speaks to the kind of culture that we're in now in terms of social media.
I almost feel like it's because we're like desensitized from it. You know, you see it so much, yeah, it just becomes a normal thing, which is so unfortunate.
Yes.
But yeah, so I do want you to show some of your pieces. I do want you to show some of your milk cartons. This right here. I could only imagine how emotional, like, just to make these would be.
Yeah, it took a lot of research, one, and I think just intention in making this. Like, what did I want to include? I knew that there were 3 things that I needed to have on these, and that was I wanted to have the safety tips, because in the 80s when they were doing the milk cartons, they had safety tips for families and children to protect them. So like, you know, if something happens, you know, reach out to this person or make sure you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And then I also wanted to include the badge of the police department where, who was responsible for the death of the individual. Each of the milk cartons, there are bullets in them that correspond with the number of times they've been shot. So you'll see with yours, you can hear them. So this is Dontre A. Hamilton. And so for those who don't know, he was sleeping on a bench in a park. And 2 police officers had approached him before and noticed that he wasn't doing anything. He was sleeping, and so it wasn't an issue. It was when the 3rd officer approached him, a fight ensued, and then he was shot 14 times, which is crazy.
I do want you to read real quick the safety tips.
Okay.
These safety tips, like when I started reading it, I was like, wow.
Okay, I do just want to start by saying that a lot of these came from the activity or action that the person was doing when they were killed.
And that's where I got it from.
Yeah,
I could tell.
Yeah, so it says safety tips. Always be aware of your surroundings. Avoid carrying a wallet, playing with toys, using a cell phone, eating candy, shopping or standing at stores of any kind, talking, driving, riding a bike, playing music too loud, holding CDs, tobacco products, or prescription bottles, wearing hoodies, making sudden movements, walking in the dark, walking in a group, walking alone. I mean, I was creating these because like I needed an outlet. Like I needed to be able to kind of speak to speak to like these things that were happening. I like did not intend for that to happen.
But I do want you to show me just like a couple of pieces. I know there are some of your pieces back here. And just let us know like maybe one of your favorites or anything.
So this piece is a woman who has milk being poured over her face. And so the quote that comes from it is from Sonia Sanchez. And so another piece is a woman who was standing in the street. She's all alone. And on the opposite side of her are policemen who have rubber bullets, tear gas, and it's just all this chaos. There's fire around her, but she's on her knees and she just has her hands up. And not in a sort of like surrender way, I don't think. I think it's more of just like, if you're gonna take me, like take me now and take me here. And so above you, actually, a very iconic image of this beautiful black woman in a sundress who is just standing alone, and she's being approached by all these police officers. And it's just so interesting. And I was making that one in particular. I wanted to remove her because I wanted people to be able to see themselves in that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's just like statuesque appeal to it. But it's just like, this could be anyone. This could be any black woman who is like risking their life in defiance of just injustice that's happening all around. So that's like really one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So what do the mirrors represent in your artwork?
I wanted to create something that was a bit confrontational for the viewer. I took texts and excerpts from black women and brown women, artists, activists, poets, like people who have spoke about the black woman experience, and I kind of overlaid them over it because I thought that they spoke really well to this idea of just what these women are doing. So, you know, you have like Sonia Sanchez, you have Maya Angelou, Audre Lorde, Toni Morrison, just like a number of women, Sister Souljah, all these people that I chose for these. But for the mirrors themselves, again, I wanted to have a piece where, you know, a viewer was looking at the work, looking at the text and reading it, but also feeling confronted with it because it becomes part of you. So it's you see the work, you read the words and the messages, and you have to kind of think, how do you fit into that?
Dang, that's deep. So where can we find your artwork and, you know, reach out to you or anything for anybody that's watching?
Yeah, so my website is Jazmine Dior, JazmineDior.com. I'm also on Instagram with the same name.
Now, lastly, I want you to tell me, what is your American dream?
My American dream is equality for all, humanity for all, and freedom from fear.
Hey. Beautiful. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Y'all better check her out, man.
So So is she as cool like in person, like off camera?
She
She just
is.
seemed like so chill and cool.
Very chill,
very chill, very
quiet,
cool. I just like the whole vibe.
She has an amazing vibe,
Right,
great
it's just-
energy.
Just like a really good vibe.
Yeah,
you know, not
absolutely.
like crazy.
No,
just like a really cool, chill, confident.
Really, yeah.
Really cool, chill, confident. I just like the whole vibe.
Yeah, and
I
she came all the way from the DMV that day just for that. So
and you got a hug at the end.
I did.
Yeah, that's very nice. You got a hug. You don't get hugs from everybody you interview, do you?
I don't really want hugs from everybody I interview.
Strong facts.
Yes. All right, and before we get into our speed round, I do have to announce that we do have Instagram pages. If you want to follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, you can follow me right now, Real Brad Bernstein on Instagram. And you can follow my travels around the world, as well as I post pictures with me and our clients as they come in. And Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, where can we follow you?
You can follow me at Belgium Kim on Instagram.
And you can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And of course, besides at Real Brad Bernstein on Instagram, you can also follow Bradshaw Live and get behind the scenes like yesterday, Yonathan taking his shirt off on at Real Bradshaw Live.
He got a little naked.
I did.
He got a little naked.
Or like today, there's 2 Throwback Thursdays on Bradshaw Live and at Real Brad Bernstein.
Right.
One is Handsome Brad Bernstein.
Yeah.
On at Real Brad Bernstein, which was a throwback from 2 years ago in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The other is weird-looking, strange Bernie Sanders type, bizarre Brad Bernstein, which is I had my hair like the professor from Back to the Future in like 20 years ago for my radio show.
Aww.
So I just went to Sydney. I go, could you have found an uglier picture of me to put on Throwback Thursday? She goes, wasn't me.
I mean, quite frankly, I'm a big fan of that Throwback Thursday,
You like
Brad.
that? Yeah?
Because you know what happens?
What?
That video auto plays so frequently because it's
Mhm.
one of the most, because it's been on for so long,
Right.
it's just got it to, and it gets played so often. And
Well,
every time
what am I
get
saying in it?
the
I don't even know.
best kick out of it. It's just you're giving the
Same stuff?
immigration advice. As a matter of fact, on this one, I think that on this clip, you're telling someone not to get married before 90 days.
Still.
I'm not even kidding. It's like nothing
I'm like
has
a
changed.
broken record after 20 years. Everyone goes, Brad, why are you so brilliant? I've been saying the same thing for 20 years
Right.
already,
20
right?
years.
All right. So, Marge Higgs says she wants to see you shortless, not shirtless. Yonathan. Marge Higgs getting a little dirty with you today, Yonathan.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Real production note, whatever reaction we just had, please make that into a chip because neither one of us were expecting Glenn.
Wasn't ready for that one.
And meanwhile, just again, at Real Brad Bernstein for Brad Bernstein on Instagram. You can follow me, and if I know you, I'll follow you back. You could ask anybody. If I don't know you, I won't follow you back. But if I know you, I'll definitely follow you back. Person we interact with. At Belgium Kim.
At Belgium Kim.
At Yonathan Elias TV.
Absolutely.
And of course at Bradshaw Live. And with that, Julian, 5.5 minutes on the clock.
How many are we doing?
25 questions in
25.
5.5 minutes.
All right. Are we going to get another W?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
I want to finish with 1.5 minutes to go.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Let's do it.
Yom Crown says, I applied for N400 citizenship and it was pending since November 2016. Can I travel with my 10-year green card to Africa without issues when coming back to the U.S.?
Yes.
Baby Boy said, a friend of mine would like to know if she works before getting a work permit, would it affect her on her immigration interview?
Not if it's based on marriage to a U.S. citizen.
Sherry says, hey, Brad, I did my biometrics on February 21st. When can I expect my work permit?
6 months from the time you filed.
Sammy says, my son is filing my papers for a green card for me. Can that affect me?
Yes, it'll affect you by getting you a green card.
Great.
Reyes says, I need advice regarding filing naturalization via marriage to a U.S. citizen. Not enough time.
We don't have time for that. We don't
All
have
right,
time.
call 1-800-529-5465.
Pot says, I need advice regarding filing, Canoe says, I have my individual cancellation removal interview in court on April 10th of 2019, but I didn't receive any designee. So how long is it going to take time to receive design?
To receive a design? You need a design of what the court looks like?
To receive any
Decision. Receive a decision.
God,
You
not
get a
even close.
decision after the individual hearing.
Kershid says, I have my marriage green card interview coming soon. We don't have tax returns for 2018, but we have 2017. Is that fine?
No, you need 2018 too. And Julian, I'm sorry, and Julian, when Brad shouted Julian, I jumped. Julian jumped because his name is Julian.
We're not
All right,
gonna make it today, y'all.
Continue.
Hey, yo,
Wait,
Yemi
what?
said, is it possible to get a work permit after biometrics before the interview is scheduled?
Yes.
Annette says, the I-30 has been approved. I am a parent of a U.S. citizen overseas. What's next?
You're going to get a letter from the National Visa Center asking for who's your agent, and it'll be your lawyer or yourself or your petitioner.
Ahmed said, I'm from Yemen and I applied to renew my TPS EAD on September 5th of 2018. It's still pending and now the 180-day extension is expired. I was terminated and now jobless for the last 3 months. What can I do?
Get a lawyer.
Binta says, how long does VAWA case take to obtain a green card if I apply June 2019?
If you applied with an adjustment, probably 18 months.
Joan said, if someone married to a permanent resident after 3 years filed his citizenship, got it in 2016, immediately put in his wife's papers, she got hers in December 2017, they're now living together for 6 years, when can she put in for her citizenship?
2020.
The Forbes says, I recently got my U.S. visa cancel me. And my fiance, who is a U.S. citizen about to get married in the Bahamas, I would like to know when applying for my green card, can I still reside in my country? And if so, how long would it take, or I have to reapply for a U.S. visa first?
No, you can reside in your country. She can file for you. It'll take about 12 to 15 months, and eventually you'll get here with a green card.
Queen Victoria said, I'm an F1 and got married. What documents do I need to file for a green card, and how long does it take, and do I need to stay in school until the process is done?
No, you can leave school. It's an I-485, an I-130, I-130A, I-765, I-864, I-131, and follow the instructions.
Leo says, it's going to be 3 years in August since my friend filed for a family-based green card through her citizen husband, and she has not been called for an interview in the system in Houston, Texas, where she resides is still showing she is within schedule. Is this normal?
No, if it's more than 12 months, it's abnormal, but it's actually what's normal is now, what is abnormal is now normal, but basically if it's more than 12 months, they're effing with you and you should get a lawyer.
Kahai said, do I need a lawyer other than Abadir if I'm filing a mandamus, or will Abadir represent me at the interview?
Abadir.
Fat says, I filed an I-130 for my spouse since June 2016. All I got is a receipt that the application was received. It's been 3 years. And
mandamus.
Pot says, I'm filing for naturalization and married to a U.S. citizen in 2016, but all returns were filed jointly except 2018.
Amend your taxes.
Ayoyemi says, I filed the I-130 485 785 form, did fingerprint in April. Is it possible to have the work permit before the interview? I haven't heard anything from USCIS after the fingerprint.
Yeah, it's 6 months from the time you file, not from fingerprinting.
Moshin says, I'm on an F1, filed for an adjustment of status, marriage to a U.S. citizen. She went back to India to finish 1 semester before transferring to a U.S. school in just 8 months. Will we have enough? We have enough evidence for the interview? Is this a problem that she's leaving for a semester?
As long as it's a bona fide marriage and you can prove it, you live together and you have a financial relationship, she can go take a semester abroad and come back.
Tina says, I have a friend that had her interview 3 months ago. They approved the I-130, but she was arrested before the interview, so the immigration guy told her he needed to get that file expedited.
You need to get a disposition.
Okay.
Raf says, how long is it taking for a citizen son applying for a parent from the date of application until actually getting the green card?
15 to 18 months.
Ray says, I didn't include my daughter on my naturalization application. Will that be a problem when I filed to bring her to the U.S.?
Yes, because she didn't claim her.
Jason says, when I was 17, they made me a U.S. citizen, but I got deported in 1999 for something I got framed for while in custody. What or who can help me?
Me, because they can't deport U.S. citizens.
Ash says, hello, Brad Squad. My case for adjustment of status through married said fingerprint fee was received 8 weeks. No sign of the fingerprint. Is this okay?
No.
We did it!
That was it!
Right there!
That was on the buzzer. You know what that was? You know what that was?
The three-pointer at the end of the game?
That was a three-pointer at the end of the game.
Oh, my God.
That was LeBron pulling up at the top of the key.
That was half-court shot
That was
Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan in Space Jam, flying through
that
the
is
air,
true.
dunking
I didn't
on the
think you were going to get the
Monstars.
question done in time. I was looking. I'm like, finish the question, Yo-Yo.
Oh, we got there though, fam. And
I would do comments today. I just can't breathe.
I got no energy for it, Brad.
Julian wants comments today. He wants out of here.
Okay, me too.
He's like, comments today.
Me too,
Comments today
Julian.
coming whether you like it or not.
Yes. All right, for our first comment of the day comes from Sophia R. Gray saying, hey, Brad Bernstein, welcome. You know, all the squad is your son and daughter. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Dang.
I thought it was my niece and nephew. I'm Uncle Brad.
No, now
you're Daddy
Now I'm Daddy
Brad.
Brad. I'm Zaddy Brad.
Zaddy
I'm only the son and daughter when I'm Zaddy. I thought it was just everybody's my niece and uncle, my niece and nephew.
We've got our next comment from Carol. She says if these people didn't know what the right lawyer was, they wouldn't be calling the show. So I don't understand why they don't come in and have a consultation with Brad and get it done the right way.
Right.
Exactly.
Carol,
exactly.
It's a long statement, but 100% right.
It's very true, though. Very
Tiger
true.
Tiger nose.
Tiger nose.
Yes.
Tiger nose. All right, for our third comment of the day comes from Don Harriet saying, sorry to say, but Brad cleans up these lawyers' messes all the time. Wow.
I'm like the janitor.
You are.
Right. The Mr. Clean of the lawyers.
Mr. Clean of immigration law.
I just shave my head and bring a towel.
Wax on,
wax off.
So all we need to do is buy those little that muscle shirt.
The muscle shirt. That's right.
Exactly. I don't know. I feel like at this point with the Brad challenge, Brad could just do the tight white tee. We'll see on Halloween this year.
By the way, Jessica Levy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm adding one.
Yeah.
She says it's Zaddy Brad to the ladies, but Uncle Brad to the gents.
I agree.
That's fair. That's fair. And our final one from Sandra Salinas. The squad is growing, Brad Bernstein. You're handsome, funny, and smart with a heart of gold. Bless you, bless
Thank
you,
you.
bless you.
You know what? Thank you very much.
It's a good one.
Thank you. That was a good one. All right, now tomorrow, everybody, we are not going to have a full Brad Show Live. We're going to have a pop-up only. We're going to pop up sometime between 9 a.m. and sundown for 1 hour only on YouTube only. So if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you subscribe to YouTube so you know when we're going to pop up. We'll see you all tomorrow when we pop up. A big show on Monday, but a pop-up tomorrow. Take care. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. you doing?